The rain fell gently on a magical forest, where a tiny gnome's cozy house nestled among ancient tree roots. Warm yellow light glowed from a tiny window, illuminating raindrops as they danced on the tall green grass. One morning, the tiny wooden door of the gnome's house slowly creaked open. A small gnome, with a bright red hat and sturdy brown boots, stepped outside, stretching happily. He breathed in the fresh, wet air, the cozy light from his home a beacon behind him. The gnome then walked to a vibrant red mushroom growing beside his house. With a cheerful grin, he lifted the mushroom, using it as a perfect, miniature umbrella. Rain continued to fall softly, and the grass swayed gently in the breeze of his magical, tiny world. Rainwater had begun to form a small, winding stream between the gnarled tree roots. The tiny gnome knelt down, his eyes wide with wonder, watching the water flow. Reflections of raindrops shimmered in the puddle, creating a mesmerizing, cozy scene. Inspired, the gnome carefully folded a vibrant green leaf into the shape of a boat. He gently placed his creation into the puddle stream, and the leaf boat began to float away. The rainwater current carried it along, raindrops creating small, delicate ripples around it. As the boat drifted, a friendly snail slowly crawled across the wet ground nearby. The tiny gnome watched happily, his gaze following the snail and his floating leaf. The soft rain continued, enhancing the magic of this miniature forest world. Suddenly, a bright red ladybug, with its distinctive black spots, landed gracefully on the leaf boat. The tiny gnome's eyes lit up, and he pointed with a joyful smile. Raindrops still fell gently on the grass blades, and glowing reflections danced in the puddle water. As evening approached, the gentle rain began to slow, casting a peaceful hush over the forest. The gnome stood near his house, watching the now calmer puddle stream. The warm light from his window glowed softly behind him, a comforting presence. His little leaf boat, having completed its journey, rested peacefully near a patch of soft moss. A sense of calm enveloped the magical forest, a perfect end to a rainy day adventure. The gnome felt a deep contentment, grateful for the simple wonders of his world. He knew that even the smallest moments, like a leaf boat on a puddle, held great joy. The forest, his home, was always full of surprises, big and small. He often spent his days exploring, finding beauty in every raindrop and every leaf. His red hat was a familiar sight, a splash of color against the green and brown of his surroundings. The gnome loved the sound of rain, finding it soothing and inspiring. It brought life to the plants and creatures, making everything feel fresh and new. Sometimes, other tiny creatures would visit his house, seeking shelter from the rain. He always welcomed them, sharing his warmth and a cup of berry tea. His house, though small, was filled with treasures, polished pebbles, shiny acorns, and colorful feathers. Each item told a story, a memory of a forest adventure or a kind encounter. The gnome believed in the magic of everyday things, seeing wonder where others might not. He knew that happiness wasn't about grand events, but about appreciating the small ones. As darkness began to fall, the forest took on a different kind of beauty. The air grew cooler, and the scent of wet earth filled the air. The gnome decided it was time to go inside, to enjoy the warmth of his cozy home. He gave one last look at the stream, now a silvery ribbon under the dimming light. The ladybug had flown off, but the memory of its visit lingered, a sweet thought. He carefully closed his tiny wooden door, the soft click echoing in the quiet night. Inside, his home was a sanctuary, filled with the gentle glow of a single firefly lantern. He sat by his tiny window, watching the last of the rain fall, feeling utterly at peace. The world outside was a symphony of soft sounds, dripping leaves, distant hoots of an owl. He thought about tomorrow, and what new adventures the forest might hold. Perhaps a new flower would bloom, or a lost firefly would need guidance. The gnome always approached each day with an open heart and a curious spirit. He knew that every moment was a gift, a chance to learn and to grow. His life was simple, yet rich with meaning and connection to nature. He was a guardian of the forest, a friend to all creatures, big and small. And as he drifted off to sleep, he dreamt of sunshine and new rainy day adventures. The little gnome's world was a testament to the beauty found in simplicity, a reminder that even the smallest beings can find immense joy and purpose. His story was a quiet melody, played out in the heart of the magical forest, a tale of wonder, kindness, and the enduring magic of a rainy day. And so, the tiny gnome slept soundly, dreaming of tomorrow's gentle light, ready for whatever new enchantment the forest would bring.
Hi friends! If you love adventures with the 3 Sista tales, tap that like button, share this magic with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click the bell so you never miss a storytime surprise. Thanks for being part of our sister squad. See you in the next tale.